Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you today? I hope you are doing great. Please do let me know where are you joining me from, and do let me know if you know somebody who has been in abusive relationships, or if that was yourself being in an abusive relationships in the past. You don't have to share if you don't feel strong enough, but that was in your past. Be brave and share with us, because your story can inspire many others. The reason why I decided to go with this topic today, how to recover and avoid getting back in abusive relationship, is because so many people still suffer from abusive relationships. And it doesn't have to be even abusive relationships, right? So many people get trapped into these cyber crimes and online attacks, any shape or form of abuse all over the world. And that's why I decided to go live today to share with you how exactly people can avoid getting back in these situations, and of course, how they can definitely remove these stories, remove the pain, remove everything what actually they live with in order to heal themselves. Right? So whilst you're joining me here, I would like to start with actually how can we heal ourselves from these type of relationships. And here I would like to start with, let's remember that everything in our head is starting with our mindset. Okay, our life depends on our mindset. Whether you want it or not, that's a different story, but your life depends 100% on your mindset, right? So if in your mindset you are not healthy, unfortunately you will attract people who are not healthy. Or if there is a reason for you to attract somebody, right? There is some sort of situation which you need to deal with. There's something for you to almost like make a change about something, then also will mean that you attract these type of people, right? If you look at your past, probably you will notice that some events happen in your life and they were not that pleasant. But for example, if you wouldn't marry to that person, you wouldn't have a child, right? Now, in a hindsight, you think I would never get married to them. But obviously, because you married to them, that's why you have a child, right? So sometimes, even though you can be very healthy in your mind, but you end up in this situation simply because there's a reason for that to be in your life. Okay, and here I go straight away into the tip number one when it comes about recovery from any sort of or shape of abusive relationships or abuse in your life. Even if you didn't go into relationships straight away, it is about understanding and forgiving. Right? I know right now, this moment, you probably are thinking, how can I understand? How can I forgive? Like, how can I do that? But I must tell you that everything lives in your mind. And if you want to keep it in your mind, you can choose to do so. However, you are a lot bigger. You are a lot stronger than that. And you can decide for yourself not to have it in your mindset. Okay? But how can we forgive and how can we understand? I'm not sure what exact abuse you or somebody you know went through, but I do know that every behavior, every single act in our life is based on something, right? We either do something because we are motivated by pain or gain, right? Many people, they harm others because they are avoiding to be in pain themselves, right? They don't want to be hurt, and that's why they prefer to hurt others, right? Or they don't even realize that they have a pattern of a particular behavior which will hurt other people. So here I urge you, doesn't matter how hurt you are, understand and forgive. Okay, understand through why potentially they were doing this. Okay, why potentially they were this type of person, what exactly happened to them. And most likely the reason will be for them, they haven't healed themselves. Something happened to them, and therefore now they're doing these awful things to other people because they haven't healed themselves. Okay, so when you understand what potentially, or if you know the person better, what exactly happened in their past, it's so much easier to understand the motives behind their abuse and forgive them. Okay, remember, nobody was born with a manual how to live life. Nobody was born with a manual how to love other people. Nobody was born with a manual how to raise children. Many issues are coming from people being abused in their families, emotionally, silent treatment, not being given some love, not being given some attention, right? Being sexual abuse, and many other ways. And therefore, it's really, really important to remember that when somebody is having issues, that's because something happened to them before. Okay, so that's first, understand and forgive, right? There's a big difference between a pregnant woman killing 9 children. You judge her because how she can kill those 9 children, and there is a big difference between no, sorry, actually there's a big difference between a person killing pregnant woman who wanted to kill 9 children. You think, how could he or she kill the pregnant woman, right? But actually when you find out she wanted to kill 9 children, then you think, okay, now I understand. That person saved 9 children and she was pregnant. It's bad, but that person saved 9 children, right? So when you understand the motives behind somebody else's behavior, it is much easier to understand and release. Okay, so be wiser. Okay, understand and forgive. And I definitely want to address it because I know it is important. Second thing, extract those lessons and reasons why have you been in that situation. I'm not sure how much you were watching some motivational speakers on YouTube, or maybe you did go to events, but there is no person on the stage who is a motivational speaker who wouldn't have some sort of a story. There is no author in this world who would write a book which will inspire so many other people without a story, right? Sometimes some things should happen to you because that is the reason why you should become someone, right? There's always a reason for every event in your life. Extract that reason, understand, put two and two together, right? What that made you like, how that transformed you, what did you do as a result of that abuse, right? Did you now become somebody? Did you now become stronger? Did you now, I know, saved somebody else's life because now you know how it hurts? I don't know what it is, but extract the reasons and extract the lessons. What are the lessons? Lessons are as such. Next time I see a red flag, I will do X, Y, Z. Next time somebody says or does something like this, I will do X, Y, Z. Next time somebody triggers something in me, by the way, maybe I actually should go and search for what exactly was triggered within myself, right? So it's really important for you to learn and find the reason, okay? What exactly is the lesson from this particular a situation when you were abused, right? What you're gonna learn going forward, what you're not gonna do, or what are you going to do in the future. And the same with the reason, okay? Why would that happen to me? What as a result I should do about this situation, or what could I do as a result of this situation? Okay, so let's pay attention to this stuff. And the next thing, how to recover from abusive relationships, is about speaking out, right? But here we have to be careful. It's not about speaking out to friends, right? Again. It is about speaking to either a professional who will help you to deal with those emotions, right? That will help you to release everything and to replace those emotions with something else. But also speaking out in terms of, if you want, you can go public. If you want, you can write articles. If you want, you can write a book. But speaking out in order for you to release the emotions. Why I wanted to release the emotions, because the for longer you keep those emotions in your heart, in your mind, for longer your body will be attracted, and for longer your body will be addicted to those particular emotions, right? So it's really important for you to remember that whenever you speak more about this to your friends, you completely use all those emotions. But when you speak about this incident, or when you speak about what happened to you in the past, for example, from the stage, or you write a book, or you write articles, then actually you remove the emotions over the time. Not straight away, but over the time you'll be able to remove those emotions, and that means it'll be so much easier for you to communicate that to others, right? And the minute you start removing those emotions, what happens? Your body starts remembering how easy, yeah, it is to deal with that. Okay, and here actually where I would like to go to the next tip, which is actually tip number 4. It is about releasing those feelings and emotions from your body. Okay, your mindset and your body are connected. They go hand in hand. They are the best married couple, right? They always go hand in hand. Whatever happens in your mindset, whatever happens in your subconscious, it also has a sign at your body. I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, one client of mine, she was experiencing almost like shakiness in her body every time when she would speak about her ex. What was happening? Because he was beating her up and he was very, very disrespectful verbally. He also was abusing her, right? So, of course, she was afraid. Her body remembered the stress and that distress she had while she was with him. So, of course, every time his name would pop in or situations about her past would pop in, she would start shaking. So for her, it was retraining her body to feel the ease and breathe, right? So pay attention, pay really close attention. What do you do when every time you think about that situation when you were abused or when you remember your abusive relationships, right? And what you should do here is to go opposite. So if your body feels very tense, then relax it. If your shoulders feel like very, like you slouch, then straighten up. If your head automatically tilt down, straighten up. If you stop breathing and you hold your breath because of the fear, start breathing freely and deeply, right? But what you have to do in order to give a signal to your subconscious that this is different, is no longer that situation, we're not longer there anymore, you have to retrain your body, right? And this is how you actually can help yourself to release it a lot quicker, because the minute it leaves your body, those emotions and those scars leave your body in terms of body movement, the easier it will be for you to recover from that. Okay, so please pay attention to situations like that, what your body does when you speak about when you were abused, when you think about the abuser, right? Because once more, your mindset and your body are connected, they are married together. What happens in your body makes you think certain way. What you think in your mind makes your body behave certain way. Okay, it's catch 22. It's either you think first or you change your body reaction, right? But you have to really work on that, and you have to really release that bodily habit of reacting on that situation. Okay, so I hope that will help you, or I hope that will help somebody else whom you know, how to recover and how to make sure you feel a lot better after the abusive situation, abusive relationships, an event or an incident, right? It could be long term, it could be short term, right? So, just to recap, it is about understanding and forgiving. And I know you will not like this because you think right now, how can I understand? How can I forgive? But not forgiving will make you a lot more grumpier, will make you a lot more unhappier. So, when you understand, at least you release the anger and you are a better person, you are a lot higher person, and you have a lot higher vibration, which means you will attract a lot better quality of person next time, right? So if you don't want to do it for them, do it for you and do it for your future. All right. Next thing, it is about extracting lessons and reasons. Okay. Why exactly did it happen to me? Who did I become as a result? What should I do as a result? What change should I make? Right. Maybe it's protecting somebody in the future. Maybe it's to do something else. Right. And maybe you are the perfect person to fight with that abuser. I don't know what it is. Right. But think, what could be the potential reason why it could happen to me? Next thing is speak about these to professional or public, right? But stop using your emotions to feel sorry for yourself, because you're going to get addicted to that. You will get addicted to that pittiness which you receive from your friends. So speak out either publicly or speak out to your professional, maybe coach, maybe therapist, maybe counselor, depends what you want to do with those emotions, right? But make sure you heal yourself from that. And also the last thing is actually about retrain your body, right? Retrain your body in order to retrain your mindset, because mindset and body, they're going hand in hand. Okay, so I hope that helps so far. Those who were in this situation, obviously I don't expect you to interact with me today, because I know it is a very sensitive topic today, and that's why I don't even expect many comments, because I know that it's quite hard to admit, yes, I was abused, or yes, I did experience that, right? It takes a lot of strength and a lot of power within yourself to admit that, right? And I'm not afraid to talk about this because I went through that, right? It was not only in my relationships, it also was online, right? So I know exactly what it feels like. I know exactly how the world completely disappears under your feet, and you feel your needs being solved, and you feel like, what happened to me? And you go into all this self-blame. But luckily, I can pick up myself, right? And it happens left, right, in center, right? So let's remember, it can happen to anybody. It happens not only to women, it also happens to men, right? And that's why I wanted to address this topic, because I know during these COVID-19 times, more and more people suffer from that. If not face to face, in that case, online, because online, accessible from everywhere. And online, it takes a bit longer, but also people are a lot more skilled, and they are more careful, and they are more, I would say, probably goal driven why they would like to do that. Okay, so that was the first thing. That was about how to recover from abuse, right? And I must say, many people, they still are in this situation. So please, if you know somebody who is in abusive relationships, share this message with them, right? Think how maybe you will be able to change somebody else's life. Think how maybe you, because of you, will share this message with them. Maybe that will make them think. Maybe they will find the strength why they should leave this person, right? Maybe they'll be able to understand themselves better and see why they ended up in that. Okay, I can see Prashad actually sent this message on LinkedIn. Thanks for addressing this topic. You are awesome. Thank you so much, Prashad. I really, really appreciate it. It's very nice of you to actually say that. So here, let's go into how to avoid getting back. Why do I want to talk about avoiding to get back? Well, as you know, I'm a mindset coach, right? I'm also a speaker, and I speak about mindset, right? I know abuse is not my primarily topic, but it's something what I experience myself. That's something I work with lots of clients who experience that themselves, right? And I also know that abuse is strongly, strongly connected with the mindset, right? Something just didn't go right in somebody else's mindset, and that's why they're an abuser. However, I also know that something is not quite right in the victim's mindset, and that's what they allow an abuser into their life. And I know it because I've been there myself, right? I've done this mistake. I also allowed an abuser be in my life, right? So here I'm talking not only from perspective of I know the theory, I know the practicality as well. So the reason why I want to talk about why we need to think about avoiding going back, because our subconscious is very smart and very silly at the same time. It learns quickly and also forgets quickly, right? But you are in charge of that mindset. You are in charge of what happens in your head. And therefore, you and only yourself are in charge of what's going to happen for you in the future. Meaning, if you want to avoid abusive relationships, you have to work on your mindset, right? Nothing else. You can lock yourself down in the house. You're not going to walk out, but actually, what will happen? You will meet somebody online. Duh. It doesn't matter what, right? That's why working on your mindset is a number one thing. How can we work on our mindset? That's a good question. First of all, let's start with why do we end up with abusers, okay? So, depending what you do in your career, think about yourself and think about how quickly do you spot, do you recognize, and do you see somebody not doing that the right way? For example, if you are, let's say, a hairdresser, you look at somebody else's haircut and you think, that's the wrong haircut. Or let's say you are a chef and you go to a restaurant and you eat a meal and you think, something is missing here, right? I'm a mindset coach. So whenever I see somebody is writing something, somebody is saying to me something, I just have the coaching hat on me all the time. So it triggers in me, I can see that. I can see the weak point, right? So as a hairdresser, you see the weak point in terms of color or cut. If you are a chef, you see a weak point in terms of the meal, something is missing. As a coach, I can see a weak point which needs to be worked on. So what do you think abusers are doing? They do the same thing, right? They became so skilled, right? And very often you can learn about them based on what they do, right? But not always, because they can be very skilled, right? But they are also very skilled. They almost sniff and they almost see and sense who is that weakest link, right? And what is that weakest link? Weakest link is you searching for that love, searching for that acceptance, searching for that attention. You who actually is not fulfilled within the deep inside of you, right? It could be for one reason or another. It could be maybe maybe you gave birth and then you were not strong enough, and maybe then you experienced depression. Now your husband started abusing you, right? Because you're not strong enough to push him back, right? Or maybe you were single for a while and you met somebody who seems perfect. Of course, they always seem perfect. They have to match what you want. I'm gonna get to that point, right? And then you think, oh my God, that's an amazing person. I can be with them. And then boom, they slowly but eventually abuse you, right? Because you show that weak point. I'm open for love. I'm open for connection. I'm open to be with somebody, but you don't connect with yourself 100%, right? Here's the weak point of yours. When you are not complete, accomplished, fulfilled, in love with yourself, when you seek love somewhere else, trust me, it's going to come and find you, but not necessarily in the right way. Okay, so if you want really to attract somebody who is healthy and non-abuser, in that case, fall in love with yourself, right? And find if there is something missing. And that was my case, right? That was my case. I was craving for love. I was craving for attention, and bingo, that happened, right? So your reason is different, right? Everybody's situation is very different. However, a part of that also could be the language, the mindset. And I'll give you a really clear example here. So my previous story in my life was, when you get married, you lose your freedom. As a result, I was attracting guys who were very control freak and who were not really healthy in their mindset about their relationships, right? And then it only took me several years to realize I had that limitation, right? Once I realized that, I released it, and then bingo, things changed, right? But it doesn't mean that my self-love was at healthy level, right? I still had to grow. I still had to learn how to fall in love with yourself. I still had to understand it. And then bingo, another incident happened, right? For example, my client, she was with a guy for 12 years, and that was really, really unhealthy relationships. And then she decided to step up for herself. She decided to leave him, and he started to abuse her, right? Because, well, she was just afraid to leave, and he could feel her being afraid to leave. He could feel her weakness, and therefore she started to become very abusive, right? So here you have to remember that it is about your mindset, right? First of all, start falling in love with yourself. Seek that love and acceptance and appreciation and pride of yourself within yourself. It's not about others being proud of you. It's you who should be proud of yourself. Not about others loving you. It's about you loving yourself, right? And second thing, mindset, right? Have the right mindset, right? Have the right message about whom exactly you want to have in your life, right? Because when you've been with somebody abusive, it's really easy to start thinking all women are cheaters, all men are abusers. If you think that way, guess what you're gonna get? Duh, right? So here, your mindset has a power, right? Change your message in your head in order to meet somebody better. If you believe that message, that will mean that you will receive it again, again, and again. Okay, so let's remember that. And of course, by yourself, it is quite tricky, it is quite hard, it is quite difficult to actually start paying attention to your messaging within your own mindset, because you are within your own head, right? Guess what? You can't hear yourself. It's like, heart surgeon. You know everything what you should do for your heart to stay healthy, but same time, can you do operation on yourself? No. So here we go. That's why you need to speak to somebody in order to see what is wrong with your mindset, right? What needs fixing? And I do want to use this word, what is wrong, because the wrong mindset will bring you the wrong person, right? So don't tell me that there are wrong people around you. No, 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 no. That's your mindset who is attracting those wrong people, okay? There's a phrase, change yourself and you will change the world, okay? So remember, you have everything within yourself what you need, okay? Everything you need is already within yourself. Just go and find it. If you cannot find it, it's simply because something is blocking that. That means you need to go see a specialist, preferably a coach, because coach will be able to remove everything and to get to nitty-gritty, right? Because again, different specialists work with different things, but if you want to really understand, I would say get a coach without delay, okay? When my 73-year-old client came to me, and we had to work on relationships, and I had to work why this person cannot meet somebody, already went through 2 divorces, already went through 8 relationships in between divorces, and still could not build relationships. At the age of 73, there is a lot to work on, right? When you're at the age of 30, 40, 50, it's slightly easier because you still have the mental capacity and power to work on things. The older you become, the more situations you have to work on. Simple as that, okay? So please pay attention. Whenever you hear there is a message which you don't agree, or which you are like, if somebody else would say that, what would I think about them? See a specialist, okay? See a specialist so they can help you to rebuild and reshape your mindset, okay? Next step, how can we avoid of getting into toxic and abusive relationships? You know how sometimes something doesn't feel right. It just doesn't sit well, right? You might have the right mindset. You still will come across people. You still will. That's called life. You might be the perfect driver. You still might come across somebody who is not. So here, even if you have right mindset, even if you're full of love, full of appreciation of yourself, full of pride of yourself, you still will come across somebody, okay, who will be not the right person for you. Here, remember this, please write it down, big capital letters, and I know, keep it somewhere in front of you, on the fridge if you want, on the mirror, whenever you want to. If something doesn't feel right, it is not. That's it. Remember that. If something doesn't feel right, your intuition, your inner gut will tell you about that. Okay? But you and your job is to listen to that. Because if you don't listen to your intuition on a daily basis, how it can save you in the future? Right? You got to really listen to your inner gut. Don't let those people to speak you into something, right? People are very skilled, and sometimes you'll be amazed how skilled they are, right? So if something doesn't feel right, cut it there. You don't have to explain, right? What I learned to say is, this is against my values. This is against how I feel. This doesn't feel good. And I had to learn how to say it, right? You can do it too. It's so simple. This doesn't feel good. I'm sorry, I cannot explain to you that, but that doesn't sit well with me. And you have all rights by all means to say that. And if the person is not that kind of person, he's very understanding and she's very understanding, they will understand. But watch out what happens. Because when you say these words to an abuser, oh my Lord, you will see how much proof they will have, how much sweet talk they will have, okay? They'll be able to talk you into not believing yourself. Okay, so watch out. As soon as you say this, if somebody is talking you out of that, if somebody says, oh, you're making up something, how can you listen to your intuition? This is something wishy-washy, you should use your head, why would you use your intuition? Why they would do that? Why? Because they have a goal. Simple as that, right? So learn how to be friends with your intuition. If you don't listen to intuition, that will harm you long term. If you don't know how to listen to intuition, in that case, it's time for you to come to my meditation classes, which I do on fortnightly basis. During these meditation classes, we'll learn how to tap into your intuition. We'll learn how to listen to your own intuition. So make sure, if you don't know how to listen to your intuition, you practice doing that. And you can come to my meditation class and I'll teach you how to do that. It's very, very simple. All right, but it's something what you should practice, because remember, write it down with big capital letters. If something doesn't feel right, most likely it is not. And by the way, on YouTube, I specifically made a video about this, which deliberately said, if something doesn't feel right, in that case, it's not right. Simple as that. Okay, let's go to the next tip, which is actually very relatable to if something doesn't feel right, which is clear cut. That's it, clear cut. No excuse, no, well, yeah, you can explain, right? However, do you really have to? This is a brand new person, you don't have to even explain. Just say, you know what, that's a no. That's it, right? Clear cut. Clear cut. That's it. No. And you can say things like, I don't want to deal with that. Or you can say things like, I'm not a fixer. I'm not your coach. I'm not your therapist. I'm not here to deal with your issues, right? If you see they have an issue, right? For example, in my case, that was me seeing something that was against my values, and I was like, no thanks. That's against me. And yes, you will hear lots of stuff towards you. Of course you will. Block. That's it. Avoid that. Clear cut and block, right? You are not somebody else's coach or therapist or counselor unless they pay you money for that. Okay? Stop fixing people. Just stop fixing people. I know you want to help everyone because you're such a sweet soul, because you're so amazing, because you really love people. I know you want. But guess what? They will be not grateful to you because they don't want to work on themselves. If they would want to work on themselves, they would go and seek help. But you deserve a lot better than that. How do I know that? Well, you're watching my video right now and you want to improve and you want to be a better person. This is how I know you deserve a lot better, because you invest your time into yourself right now. You invest your time into learning more about how can I avoid these type of relationships? How can I heal myself? And that indicates to me that you want to be a better person. But a better person deserves a better person. Period. That's it. Once you learn and adapt this rule that you're nobody else's coach, even I am not everybody else's coach, and I am a coach, right? Because I have this rule. Hello? In my relationships, I don't want to be your coach. I am myself. If you don't match me, out. Simple as that. I don't have to fix you, right? I'm here to enjoy love. I'm here to enjoy relationships, not to fix others. And I hope it is really clear, right? So please adapt these very, very unique, very harsh. I know it's very harsh, but that will save your life of your children as well. Okay. Next tip, I would like to ask you a question. Okay, that'll be a question. Not a tip, a question. Imagine your child in this situation. That's it. Imagine your child in this situation, whatever situation is, right? Just imagine your child in this situation. Would you be happy for your child to experience that? If the answer is no, you know what needs doing. If the answer is yes, bingo, celebrate it, enjoy that. Enjoy it. But if the answer is no, run. Simple as that. Clear cut. Going back to clear cut. Okay, clear cut because gone. Okay, gone and block. Right? You don't have to explain. Why? You work on yourself. Why would you explain to them? You don't have to. The more you explain, the more they're going to talk you out of that. Simple as that. So you don't have to be somebody else's coach. And if you think you wouldn't like that to experience for your child, that means it's a run. It's a run, clear cut, and block. Simple as that. And I hope that is understandable. Okay. Please make sure you actually remember this. Okay. Because it's very easy to get trapped into Miss or Mr. Perfect, right? And how do we do it? Well, because basically we tell them what we want. That's how silly it is. Exactly. What happens, you meet them face to face in a club, at work, or maybe online, and you start having conversation, and they will ask you this really caring question, right? So what are you looking for? And you're telling, oh, somebody's interested to find out what I'm looking for. And you tell them everything. And then, just like a miracle, within 24 hours, they deliver you back exactly what you're looking for. And you think, oh, this is unbelievable. I said what I look for and I received what I look for. Of course. They asked and you told them what to do. And this is how these people, they learn really quickly. All you have to do is just to ask what the victim is looking for, match the victim's protege, match the victim's ideal way of that partner, and they will fall for you. Simple as that. So my tip here is, don't say what you're looking for. Don't say what you're looking for. Simply allow them to show who they are. And based on what they show, make your decision, right? Or ask them, what are you looking for? I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I think I'm still discovering myself. I think I still learn about myself. And I will learn about you. But what are you looking for? Because what you'll find out, and this is the most typical issue, right? And how I know it, come on, so many clients said the same thing, right? The minute you say this is what I'm looking for, they say, oh, me too. Me too. Me too. And then over time, you start noticing that something is not matching and you think, hold on. You said me too, but me too is not here. Where is that me too? You know what you should do here? Run. Okay, maybe not run straight away, but just ask. Simply ask, why is that missing? You said X, Y, Z. Confront them with the question, right? They don't like confrontation. They don't like to be asked questions, right? Because they got used to them asking questions, because then you're going to deliver what they should be looking like, what they should be talking like, what they should be doing as a job like, right? And then you will just pay attention to everything and be like, that's a bit strange, right? Why everything all of a sudden is not the same way as you told me in the beginning? Pay attention to details, right? So first of all, don't tell them what you're looking for, okay? And pay very close attention to details, okay? If you see something is mismatching, confront them. Confront them and see the answer. Is the answer is not what you're looking for, what you got to lose? I mean, do you really think this is the only person in the world you can be with? Like, for real? We have 8 billion people. But of course, the minute you want to leave them, they will tell you stuff like, you will never find somebody like me. You know what I said? I said, good, because I'm not looking for that person. That's really great, right? And that's exactly what I teach my client to tell, right? When somebody's telling you, you will never find a person like me, all you have to do is just say, thumbs up. I'm not even looking for you. I'm looking for somebody better than you, right? Simple as that. But don't allow abuser to talk you into why you should be with them, right? It doesn't matter how many children you have. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. It doesn't matter whether you have money or not. It doesn't matter whether you have a job or not. It doesn't matter whether you have a house or not. Nothing matters than your life and your happiness. An abuser will always use everything to stop you, because that means now they have to invest their time. They have to invest their time and efforts into somebody else. And do you know how challenging it is to do all that effort? Just imagine, you have to pretend to be somebody else for a while. How challenging is that? You have to learn. You have to explore that person. You have to adjust your talking way, your habits way, nearly your job to become the person that person is looking for. It is so time consuming. So of course they're gonna go ballistic and angry. Block. Just literally block them, delete them, and forget about them, right? Completely. You deserve the best. Remember that. And the reason why I know you deserve the best, because you are right now with me and you're watching this video. You are investing in yourself, which is fabulous. So one more thing which I want to tell you about, it is when you leave this type of relationships, even if it didn't develop into relationship, let's say you talk only for 3 days and then you see this person's a bit awkward and you think like, uh-oh, red flag, run. Okay, remember, if it doesn't feel right, run. Okay, block, delete, whatever. So this person will always tell you things like, you don't deserve to date me. Thanks, I know I deserve so much better, right? Or they will tell you, as I said earlier, you will never find somebody like me. You're like, of course, because I'm looking for so much better, right? Or they will tell you things like, you're not dateable. By you, definitely not, right? So whatever they will tell you, remember, we all, including yourself, including me, right? We all are always looking for somebody who is like us. You're looking for yourself, just opposite sex. That's it, right? You're looking for representation of you, just opposite sex, right? So when that person is telling you, you are not dateable, you will never find somebody like you, like, I know, right? Because we're so different. Simple as that, right? But when you know you are looking for somebody like you, just opposite sex, this is when you will know you deserve somebody better than that person. Simply because you are so much better within yourself, okay? Nobody will ever come to you. No abuser in the world will come to you and say, you know what, darling, my sunshine, I think you deserve better. No! They want you as a victim. They want you there because they haven't healed themselves. They want you there for, I don't know, for their attention, for their time, for whatever else reasons they have, right? I can't know all reasons because I'm not an abuser, right? But they have their own reasons, right? And you can tell by a few signs who is an abuser, which I will go into in a minute, right? However, here, remember, you deserve the best, right? Think of your job role. Think of what you achieved. Think how much you work on yourself. Think of what you have overcome. Did that person do that? No? Path. Sorry, I must look for somebody who is matching me, right? Or let's say you had some help already. And if you see this person never dealt with their own issues, why would you want to be with them? You, such a beautiful soul, you went and you seek help. So why would you want somebody else be with you when they never seek that help, right? So here, please remember, it is about you knowing that you deserve the best partner ever because you are that person. You deserve somebody at your level or higher, right? That's it. At your level or higher or better, right? But you deserve no lower than you are. That's it. Remember this, write it down with the big capital letters. You'd rather be single than be with somebody who is not at your level. The reason why I say it, I'm not meaning in financial world, I'm not meaning into spiritual world, I mean at many levels, whichever level is for you, right? Your life is not my life. Okay, you don't have to literally compare everything, but you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I say these words. You deserve somebody at your level, right? Most likely that is about that personal development you have done on yourself, right? When you think about this, that you deserve somebody at your level of personal development, then things become so much easier. And guess what? Little tip here. Just knowing big names doesn't mean they did personal development, okay? That means they have to really do their homework. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope that will serve you. Let me just recap. How can we avoid? First of all, seek love within yourself. Don't project that you are missing some love, that you are lacking some self-love, right? Project self-love, project self-acceptance and pride. Second thing, listen to your intuition, your inner gut. If you don't know how to do it, join my meditation classes. I will teach you how to do it, okay? It is about if something doesn't feel right, most likely it is not, okay? Next thing, improve your mindset, right? Use the right wording within your mindset, right? Stop saying, I don't want alcohol addicted person. I don't want somebody else. It is about what you want, not what you don't want, okay? Right mindset will help you to get to the right person. Wrong mindset will help you to get to the wrong person. Next thing, tip number 4 is ask yourself a question. Would I let my child to be in this situation, in these circumstances? If the answer is no, block and run. That's it. Don't continue. Just block and run. Clear, okay? Next thing, clear cut if something happens. If it doesn't feel right, most likely it is not. Clear cut. Okay, you don't have to explain. Clear cut. Be savage. This is your life and only yours, right? The more softer you are, for longer it will carry on. Do you really have all the time to waste in your life? I don't think so, right? So, but clear cut, move on. You are not their fixer. You are not their coach. You are not their therapist and a counselor. If they have a hard time, they have to go and pay money to see somebody. Maybe refer them to me. Right? Okay, and then I will tell you when it's good time to go date them back again. Remember, people do change. People do change. Let me repeat again. People do change when they see themselves having an issue. Then they can change. But then they will go and see somebody, not you, right? They will go see somebody before they will see you in order to fix themselves, right? So don't get trapped into, she will change one day. No, unless they really get a kick, then they will, okay? Next thing, talk less about what you want. In fact, don't tell at all what you want in your partner. Allow them to show themselves. And you just play like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I really don't know. And then allow them to show themselves, them really them, so they don't have to match what you're looking for, because it's so easy. If you tell me what you want, I'll give you what you want. But if you don't tell me, then I have to be me because I don't know what to match. So see them for them. Simple as that, okay? And the last thing, remember, you deserve the best because you are the best. Because right now you listen to this session. Because right now you're willing to work on yourself. Because right now you invest this time in yourself. When you do that, you grow. So that means you deserve somebody at your level as well. That means you deserve somebody who will help you, who will understand you, who will be there with you, and who will be able to grow with you together. Okay, if you know somebody who needs help, please make sure you refer them to me, because I know I can help them, right? If you need help, here's the link below and below the video, on the video as well, will help you to book me. We can have a conversation, right? But I urge you, don't delay, like my 73-year-old client who waited for 73 years, 2 failed marriages, 8 relationships in between and around those marriages, and only then decided to work on himself, right? Your time is now, right? Yes, it will be an investment, but you either invest your years of your life or you invest some money. Simple as that. The choice is yours, right? But please remember, you can release it. You can heal yourself. You can avoid situations like that. You really, really can avoid getting and becoming a victim, right? You can avoid getting back into abusive relationships. But for that, you got to work on yourself. Well, I hope that session was really helpful for you. I hope that will actually inspire so many people to step up for themselves, to really level up, to really improve themselves, and to, of course, help others. Nothing can be better than actually helping others become better people, right? That's why I'm so passionate about this. That's why I decided to bring this on, even though I'm not a person who specializes in crime or specializes in abuse, right? I'm not an abuse coach, I'm a mindset coach, but I know how much power your mindset has within your own head right this moment. And that's why I decided to bring this topic today. Okay. Because first of all, I also was a victim myself. Okay. I was, and I can openly talk about this because I know that will give you that encouragement to speak about these too. Remember these three powerful words: silence can kill. Silence can kill you, your soul, your children, somebody else. When you are silent, then nothing happens. Okay? Going back to the tip number one, which was about how to heal, if something happened, learn the lessons, learn the reasons, and proceed with your mission. If you faced something somebody did wrong, report, report, and report. And if you know they would want to continue with their mission, if you want they have some other reasons for whatever they do your best, because maybe you met together for the reason of stopping them, right? So here it's about you stepping up for yourself, stepping up for your children, stepping up for many more victims in the world who could be victims if you don't speak out. Be brave and be powerful, right? Universe will support you, people will support you, you will have people who will be there for you, but you have to remember, you have to start with yourself. You and only you can help yourself better than anybody else. Well, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And I know it was a bit heavier than usual session today, but it's because I know the impact of abuse nowadays, especially during the lockdown. If it is not face to face, it is online. And I'm the one who I know can address that because I know the power of mindset. That's why this session was here for you. Whatever you do, enjoy your weekend. Please spread the word. Please share this message with other people who need to hear that. Okay? Abusers, don't share with them because they couldn't care less. I know for a fact. But those who were victims, share with them. They need to hear this message. Imagine if you just make this little touch with your finger on your phone right now, on your laptop. You just have to press a button, share, and then you save another life. How powerful it can be, right? So thank you so much in advance for you saving lives, for you speaking out, for you sharing, and for you being here with me. Especially those who watched with me until the very end. I really appreciate you. I love you. And I'm so forever grateful that you invested this time in me and you actually were so good at actually being here with me all this time. I really appreciate that. So thank you so very much. I love you lots. I'll wish you a wonderful weekend. Whatever you do, make sure you enjoy that. And of course, stay healthy in your mind, in your body. Have a good rest. And I'll see you on Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. with a kickstart of the day and the week on LinkedIn. So go to LinkedIn, find me and connect with me if you want to join my kickstart 7:30 a.m. 10 minutes inspiration where we're gonna kick off your week on a high mode. So thank you so much. I love you and I'll wish you a wonderful weekend. Take care.